Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Sania Hussain. I am adjunct faculty at the School of Education at LUMS. In addition to this, I am an English language specialist at the British Council, Lahore. I have also been working with the University of Reading, teaching their linguistics and globalization and language. And apart from that, I have been a tutor for various teacher training programs initiated by Cambridge English. Apart from that, I have worked in the public and private sector universities and institutions where I have been training teachers and teaching English as a second language. Why do we need students to explore? Sabse pehle, we need to understand what does it mean to explore. Explore karna, dhundna, khojna, finding out, investigation. All this is a part of explaining explore. Why do students need to explore in the classroom in particular? They need to find out information on their own. They need to use their own cognitive abilities to work out and find solutions to the problems that are created in the classroom and the tasks that they are doing. When students employ their own cognitive ability and their own critical thinking skills, that is what empowers them and that is what leads to learner agency. What do we understand by learner agency? It is a situation where a learner is confident about and feels comfortable about what is going on around him in the classroom and what is happening around him. He feels comfortable with that. When learners exhibit agency in the classroom, they feel they're in control of what is happening around them. So all the while that they work together, share ideas, talk to each other, ask questions, and build on their existing knowledge based on what they already know and from what information they get from others, they build on their knowledge, and this is a perfect example of collaboration in the classroom. Now, peers who work together, and some might have a bit more information than the others. So they kind of provide scaffolding to the ones who need it. And a perfect example of that is set in the classroom where students work together and support each other and build on their existing knowledge. Now, when they learn through this, it is something that goes down in their deep down memory and is then retained better. And that is what we are looking for. We are looking for learner agency. Learner decides what he wants to learn, why he wants to learn, and how he wants to learn. A conducive environment for that is going to be set up by the facilitation provided by the teacher, where the teacher would make sure that this environment is safe and equitable for students to do as best as they can perform. This is another reason why students must work together. And as an example, I would talk about task-based pedagogy. I'm a language teacher, and this pedagogy, where students work on tasks, works very well in all subjects. Students, when they are involved in the task, exhibit their agency, find out and explore more for themselves, and that's how they build on their existing knowledge, all the while supporting the peers who probably need a little bit of extra help. The role of the teacher is very important here. When we talk about facilitation, the teacher needs to know how to facilitate and what exactly a facilitator does. So it moves from instruction to creating a situation or an environment where everyone can work comfortably and without feeling any threats. For that, the teacher needs to apply the notion, Kunin's notion of withedness. Withedness is something described as the teacher's awareness of everything that's going on in the classroom. So it's pretty much a 360-degree angular view of all that is going on in the classroom. So to put it bluntly, the teacher needs to have eyes at the back of their head so they know what is going on. They monitor the process of tasks being dealt with while students work in groups. They monitor it, supervise it, see the progress, all the while not being imposing or not threatening the student in any way or hovering on their heads. So this perfect balance of not imposing and being there when needed is what the teacher needs to do, and that would provide an excellent environment for exploration on the part of the students. The teacher is also exploring in the classroom because the teacher also needs to know where the student is headed. And at the end, questions, appropriate questions, would help build and reinforce the concepts that the students have learned, and also help them understand their own personal experiences of learning and collaborating. Exploration in the classroom is again dependent on the teacher, how she or he sets up the environment and the situation for students to explore. I would recommend using task-based pedagogy because that's what I have been using. It works very well whether it's for language or it's for another subject, because students are involved in tasks, and that makes sure that they explore and find out answers on their own. So one example that I would like to give of ensuring exploration in the classroom is using the KWL sheet, which is a sheet that has 3 columns. One is K, which means what I know, W for what I want to know, and L for what I have learned. So let's take an example of a science topic, say spiders. Now you want students to read a text on that and find out information about spiders. But before giving them the text, explore and let them find out what they know individually and what they know as a group. So the students sit together in groups and talk to each other, और अपने एक दूसरे के साथ सवालात करते हैं, पूछते हैं, बात करते हैं और लिस्ट डाउन करते हैं all the things that they already know about spiders, and that is one way of filling up that column. So उनके पास written down सारी information आ जाती है. The next step is where they explore with each other and they find out what they really want to know more about spiders apart from what they already know. उस पे they sit down, they again fill up that column and write all the things that they think are needed or they would want to know. That is the time the teacher gives them the text. They read it through, and now they read it with a purpose because they want to find out answers and they want to fill in the column that tells them what they have learned. And then they jot down all the bits of information that they have learned after reading that text. So this exploration goes 2 ways. Firstly, individual exploration, finding out what they know, then finding out from their peers and where they get to discuss with each other, and also then exploring from the text that has been given to them. And it's quite possible that what they have listed down as what they want to know, they might find something beyond that and more information. So at the end, the learning is going to be holistic, and because they have exhibited that learner agency where they show why they want to learn and what they want to learn, this will go down in their long-term memory and the learning will be ensured. Collaboration and facilitation would go together in any classroom. So when we talked about task-based pedagogy, obviously they're going to work together, and that togetherness, that working together is that collaboration, where students support each other, they provide scaffolding to each other or to people or to students who probably need a bit more support than others. And of course, the teacher is always present in that environment, and the teacher is the facilitator. And by facilitation, the teacher can provide that safe and secure environment where students are willing to explore, try out new ideas, share examples, ask questions, give opinions, and draw conclusions. All this will happen in that environment. Now, for facilitation to take place, it's very important for the teacher to know the role of the facilitator, to know how it's done, and the teacher is integral here. The teacher's role is integral. Facilitation can be done through Kuhnen's notion of withedness, where teachers are aware of everything and all that happens in the classroom. For that, the teacher needs to view things from a 360-degree angle where they can find out and see all that is going on in the classroom. Typically, the teacher needs to have eyes at the back of their head, so nothing escapes their notice, and of course their observation. Once the teacher is present while students are doing their tasks and maintains a safe distance where they do not impose on the students while they are doing their tasks, and at the same time they're always present for any area or any problem that might arise, or a student who might need to turn to the teacher for added information or guidance or support. So striking that right balance between being intrusive and being facilitative or supportive and being there when needed is what a teacher needs to strive for. And that is going to create an equitable, safe environment for the students in the classroom, and they will find out more and they will be willing to test their ideas and probably agree or disagree as they need to, and they will do that comfortably. And at the end, the teacher can ask questions to ensure learning, to explain or expand on ideas that students might be confused about, and of course let them understand their own experiences of learning better than what they might have done on their own. This concept is what is going to help teachers and students collaborate two-way in such a way that there is maximum learning in the classroom. At the end, आखिर में जब हम बात करते हैं और या summarize करते हैं तो सबसे ज़रूरी बात करते हैं, it's all about empowering students. उनको हमने equip करना है, उनको सिखाना है कैसे explore करना है, कैसे find out करना है, कैसे वो जुस्तुजू आपने सिखानी है जो exploration के लिए उनके पास आएगी. Students जब इकट्ठे होते हैं, when they are together, they are working together, that is collaboration. The teacher works with the students, that is collaboration. The facilitation provided by the teacher to make a conducive environment in the classroom and ensure the safety and security of all stakeholders, which are students and teachers together. This will be something that will ensure long-term learning and the quest to learn more. So when students share ideas, give their views, and their views and opinions are valued in the classroom by their peers and by the teachers, that is going to work towards learner agency, that is going to work towards, that will equip students to find out answers and be responsible for their own learning, and not only wait for outside help to make them work better. At the end of the day, it's all about that student-teacher collaboration, the environment in the classroom that is going to ensure long-term holistic learning and prepare students, equip them with the 21st century skills that all the world is striving for.